date, man?
Well, I wanted to kind of get into a little bit is it is Christmas, and we Rick and I are always talking about being grateful and appreciative for everything we have, even in these crazy times, because there's absolutely no reason why I shouldn't be grateful for almost everything, almost everything. The show, Rick and I doing all this stuff, the training we get to do, the outreach, not to mention the obvious, friends and family and that kind of thing. Even though that circle is always, it's getting tighter and tighter the older I get, but those are the solids, though. You know what I mean? And I can literally count in less than one hand. And but there's that one piece where today is actually a significant date. Rick, if I did a little post, I didn't say much on it today.
No, I know.
Um,
I know. I
but
know exactly.
yeah, so the thing about that is I didn't see the signs. Didn't see it. I knew that he was struggling, and we had talked about it and things like that. And matter of fact, one of the things that the emails that um, Pat and CJ put out this week was kind of touching on that as well. Just didn't see it, and I think
Hmm.
some of that was because of the type of people that we, Rick and I can only speak for Rick and I, that we typically see are the ones that you would never ever think. But it's always odd that you hear that come up a lot. I never thought they would do that. Never thought in a million years that not him, not him.
Hmm.
And you always hear people say that. So instead of kind of, I know Rick always has a good spiel about the reaching out and that kind of thing, and he'll touch on that. Is I think I want to just remind myself this time of year, especially, that everybody is going through something. Always, always. And I got to do a better job at not feeling or being too wrapped up that even when I recognize it, that someone's going through something, that I don't say something to extend a hand. Even though a lot of these, with Art, he always had that. He always knew that he could always call me for anything, but he didn't. So I just want to make sure that I touch on that a little bit. And I know Rick does a good job of talking about the reaching out to folks just to see how they're doing kind of stuff. So I'll kind of turn that over and hear what your thoughts on this, Rick, and then we'll go around the room.
Yeah. So it's super easy, right? Um, and it's funny you bring it up, Mark, because I was with a buddy of mine last night who actually his friend committed suicide last night. And we were talking about it beforehand, right? Because his whole thing was not knowing how to approach it. Hey man, I'm not a therapist. I'm not whatever. I'm like, dude, you're a friend, right? And just talk to people. You don't need to be a therapist. You just need to talk to people. And I kind of told him this: if you're talking to your buddies, and Mark will tell you, he can testify to this one. I don't know that I've ever said, or if you've asked, hey man, how you doing? All right. Dude, if somebody gives you, man, all right, there's something else there, right? That's kind of the door to open. Hey, man, how's things going? They're awesome. They're great. Fantastic, right? Those are the type of verbiage I use because literally that's where I'm at. Um, Guys will throw you just ever so slight ropes, and people have to be able to read on it, right? And the part is if a guy throws a rope, biggest thing, if they're contemplating suicide, you got to be, there's almost that hard love that has to go in there, right? It's like, hey, quit being selfish. The drama that you're going to cause by your act of selfishness will have ripple effects more than you can, you know, than you'll understand. So whatever your problem is, whatever you're dealing with, let's figure out a way to fix it. And I would just say, it's funny because I got a couple people I've got to call tomorrow that some people reached out to me and said, hey man, reach out to so and so, right? Um, but it's is it the season? Is it just things people have going on? Is it whatever? Who knows, right? You can't figure that piece out. But I would just say this: whoever's in your circle, and I'll give John a second to slap his ears back on. So I got you. I took a slight break there, John, but I was just saying, whoever's in your circle, reach out to him. Just check in on him, right? Hey man, how you doing? That little simple interaction will drive so much as far as information you'll get back. If it's I'm all right, dude. What's going on? And just start a conversation like you would. You don't need to be a therapist. You just need to be a friend. You just need to be a person, and just have that conversation. But I would definitely say, not just this holiday season, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
That was a
pivot a
tangent.
little bit and go into what you're doing now and what you're going to do next. But first, Rick,
You know what time
we
it
have
is.
to. Yeah, we know what time it is. We got to bring up manscaped.com. They show a lot of support for the OTR universe, and they help make this happen, bring guests like John on. So our friends at Manscaped are helping to keep your driveway safe and clean during these winter's conditions to make sure that you do not have another silent night in the bedroom. So make sure you go to manscaped.com, use the promo code OTR20, save yourself 20%. That's a boatload of cash, Rick.
Yeah,
and
buddy.
make sure that you get that free shipping. Take advantage of it. There's no reason why you should be paying retail. We like to say retail is for suckers.
Yep.
Here at First Friends, they got the platinum package. Now, Rick and I, full disclosure, we got sent the lawnmower 4.0, the weed whacker, and the shed bag, and we also got some other products that we use in the shower.
Yep.
I'm sold, bro. I'm sold.
Dude.
I've never smelled so good. I'm sold.
Dude, I got to kick mama off, man, right? She's like, oh, I said, woman, back off. I got to go podcast.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, ladies, do yourself a favor and buy this for your man this holiday season. And if you haven't experienced the 4.0 lawnmower, you're missing out, guys. So make sure, again, you go to manscaped.com, use the promo code OTR20, save yourself 20% and get free shipping.
Man.
All right, buddy. That was pretty fun.
I thought you were going to start singing "Oh Silent Night." Oh Silent Night.
John's on
Yeah.
it. Keep going, buddy.
We don't have, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Oh,
I forget
yeah.
the words.
So it's great to kind of talk about those things, and it's a lot to process for someone who doesn't recognize that this is happening to them or to someone that they care about, and and just having the tools and stuff. But there's things you can do, and we talked about that. But anyway, you brought up that now what you're doing is you're still doing the reserve stuff for police. You're still doing the reserve
correct.
stuff. Thank you for your service, by the way, for the armed forces, the Army.
Thank you, guys.
And then also you're doing something actively now with an EOD dog, correct?
Yeah. So
let's talk about that a little bit.
So I got hired by a security contracting company, and I have a 3-year-old golden lab named Freddie, and you know what? It's weird, however you're feeling that day, that dog feels. And so if you're if you're off that day, and the dog will shut right down. And I've had plenty of those days where I'm trying to do work and searching. We search a lot of cargo stuff in our area, and I'm trying to dude, come on, man. This is we got to get this done. He's sitting there looking at me just like, man, we're off. I don't know what's going on with you, but we're off today. It's been quite the learning curve and journey working with him. It's a lot of fun. It can be, it's like walking around with a toddler all day long sometimes, especially with the golden lab. But it's quite fun. I wouldn't change it. He's a great dog, and I think he's passed out on the couch right now.